So let's move from there to Paystack. Paystack has built an offline, did I say offline? An offline payment solution for the offline market that does not require POS machines. Chingozu is going to give us a quick rundown of what this is about and if it's something that is really, really exceptional as the the people have taken it.
Which people?
People talking about it.
I don't. Well, moving on. So, Paystack has built or they've launched terminal, virtual terminals, um, which is just like virtual accounts that multiple individuals can have access to. So, if you've gone to a, let's say, a mall or a supermarket to get stuff before, you've probably decided to pay with your card. Sorry, with a bank transfer,
Okay.
and you had to wait to confirm it.
Yeah.
And in cases where either the manager of the establishment is not available, you have to pray that the person is actually reachable by phone or something. Basically, it just elongates the time you have to stay, and not just for you, but also for the business, because often you have to stand somewhere, and if it's somewhere like Shoprite, it could get crowded and all.
Yeah.
So with virtual terminals, you can now, as a business owner, you could have several account numbers that your your employees can have access to. So they do not need to call one person now to confirm that a payment has been made. They can confirm it on their own. So yeah, that's basically a rundown of what it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So I like that because it's good when a company build things to be able to suit every person in that market. And as you were explaining, what came to mind was some point of sales inventory management platforms or products that I've come in contact with, and one of them was like there's like a general account managed by the owner of the store who would be the admin, who would now open different account sub accounts for, say, their salespeople, or for different shops if they have more than two branches, if they have more than one branch, and like that. So with that, the people, the salespersons, the branch managers have like a separate account within that account, but they have limited access. The the uh, the owner of the business can restrict their access, and I think that is what Paystack is doing with this. It's nice that it's coming from a fintech platform. I don't know, Shimba, do you know whether there are other fintech platforms, for instance, in Nigeria that have similar products?
So I suspect there are a few others who have similar products. I just can't remember anyone right now. But is it? It's not exactly groundbreaking. If I'll use that word, it's not groundbreaking because it's a solution that I think I've seen a few other fintechs or maybe financial institutions that have that. So it's not particularly groundbreaking. But I think what is important is what it points to. So last year the Paystack launched Terminal, which is
POS terminal.
basically their POS point of sale machines,
Yep.
and it tells me that now they're kind of expanding their coverage. It's no longer just focusing on people who can pay with digital
Cards.
devices or with cards. Now you're looking at people who can pay with a point of sale machine. So this could just be smaller shops. It could be literally anyone actually. So yeah, it's basically them expanding their coverage to other
Yeah.
people, and it's I mean it's in it. I think it's also an interesting move. There's money point there with their POS. There's OP.
Okay,
We
that's
have
fine.
Pampay. We have a few other smaller startups that are already there. So what I do not know right now is the progress that Paystack's terminal has made since it was launched last year. I think this should be about a year. I think it was launched towards the end of the year last. So this should be about a year. I don't know what progress it has made, because they were primarily online. So I don't know what progress they've made, what the penetration rate has been like, because I haven't come across a
Sorry.
Paystack terminal myself. So yeah, I'm curious to know what the progress on that front has been,
Mhm.
and then how they could possibly match up to
Ways.
existing
Yeah, I think it's a
competitors.
huge market, and it's not even a matter of competition. It's about making something available for the market, for the enough for the
But it's
market
about
to
making
use.
money, sha.
I'm not saying making money, like I like enough services for the huge market to go around in the huge market, because the
Yeah,
informal
sure.
market is larger than the tech enabled market, as it were. So if you are going into that market, I don't want to say it like it's a competition between Paystack, Opay, Money
Yeah,
I think
Point,
it's
or
competition.
Palmpay.
me,
The
So
market
you
is a huge one.
I just think
doesn't change the fact
it's
that it's competition. So you have 50 something million people who have bank accounts, 53 million people who have bank accounts. If a new, and then that's, we have about 120 million adults, I think, in Nigeria. If I decide to start a bank today, the existing players are still competition. So I think Money Point poses a strong competition, um, primarily because of their distribution game. So you have almost everyone using a Money Point POS. How are you going to change that behavior? Are you going to go to places that they currently
They are
don't
not
cover?
yet reached.
Do you want to target a different segment with your POS, because that's actually the major problem. So yeah, I think it could be interesting to see how that market shapes up. Which, I mean, we don't have a lot of time. Onome is waving her weird flag, but I think we were talking about. I and Emmanuel were talking about this. We've talked about it several times. But what does the future look like for POS agents in Nigeria? Are we going to see a situation, because the moment the vast majority of POS machines in this country are in the hands of POS agents, and if companies are trying to bring people online, because I know that MoneyPoint, for example, started scaling back and said, "Oh, we are doing business banking now." They started scaling down on that agency banking front. And if people like Paystack are coming in, does that what exactly does that say about that market?
Okay, if the fear
Um,
is saturation, I think it's something we can look at some other time on this discussion, and it's a long term play, and the market is for us to analyze, and we'll come back with more informed insight on the situation of the market and use of POS agents